Okay, let's look at what we have coming up for this coming week. What do we have in store for us? Starting off with the data, Wednesdays, what we have coming up is the CPI, and this is what we want to pay attention to. It all comes out pre-market, so the move will, whatever we're gonna see market give us a reaction, is gonna happen pre-market, but keep that in mind on Tuesday when you're looking to take any overnight swings. And then Thursday is pretty important, which is going to be the initial jobless claim numbers and the core PPI. Both of the things also come in pre-market as well, but that's something that you want to keep it on your watch, because it will definitely be affecting our market. So now let's see what's happening, especially with the last week between Trump and Elon. Basically they're divorcing each other publicly, and we saw the market react to it, right? When the tweets started happening, we saw that big move happen. So it's very uncertainty. We don't know what the next tweet is gonna be like. What are they gonna be pointing the fingers to each other? So as an intraday trader, our job is, if you had a good trade, don't be over trading it. Don't jump back into it. Market will react to it because market has been prone to a lot of news reactions that we've been getting it. So please, our job as a trader is to protect our capital so we can stay in the market to trade. And there will be definitely more coming out, because we saw over the weekend as well, it has not stopped. So market will react. Looking at the chart, what we do are watching on SPY. We do have a supply coming up on SPY. If SPY is struggling to break above 600 or 603 to 605 area, we see a rejection. We are looking for a pullback. However, if market opens on Monday morning or Tuesday, either of those days, you get a pullback and SPY holds between 595 to 597, and we have not tested 603, 605. I am looking for a bounce to go back up. I will have my stop loss probably below of whatever the low candle is, or 595 area, depending on where the bounce I take the trade on. But definitely that's what you want to be watching. And then with all this news, obviously Tesla was selling off, right? With the all the tweets that were happening, Tesla definitely reacted to it. And then the next day we did see a decent bounce on Tesla as well. So Tesla currently is holding a demand zone, but this demand zone, if this feud continues, we can definitely see demand getting flipped, and we have more of a down. These are your levels to the downside where Tesla could see. Potentially this area right here, we do have a gap in the 250 to 245 area. We can see this getting filled. So keep that in mind. Tesla will be pretty volatile this week with everything going on. If you are gonna be trading, make sure you're moving your stop loss up. Don't trade without any stop loss on it. And be cautious. Instead of, if you take 10 contracts, take only half of it. If you are, usually take your profits at 30 to 40%, maybe start locking in at 15 to 20%, especially once you start seeing these tweets coming in, okay? All right, so let's see what else are we gonna be watching this week. Let's look at NVDA. NVDA rejected around at 144 area and been struggling to get above here. So if NVIDIA is not able to break above 145, I'm looking for it to more come down into the 119 wouldn't be bad. We do have even gaps that have been left on Tesla, which aligns with actually that 119 area that I just said. We have another gap right up here as well. However, if NVIDIA breaks 145, my next area of interest is the 150 area. Okay, so that's what we are watching on it. And then let's look at how's Datadog looking. So this one I'm definitely liking. It looks like we got an inverted head and shoulder on it. You got your head, shoulder, shoulder. I would like a little pullback. So if I go down to my 4 hour or 1 hour, I saw better. Okay, let's go to 4 hour. Looking a little bit better here. Would like a pullback and get this gap filled. If we can see a pullback into this area and get our gap filled, some sort of a bounce, and then look to the upside of it, daily definitely looks pretty nice that we can see more move to the upside, and flow was pretty bullish on last week as well, and we got a gap that needs to be filled to the upside. However, I do want to see a pullback. Would not even mind the pullback into somewhere in the 115 area. As long as we hold 115, I move to the back up should be ideal. Okay, let's look at marble. Like the move out of the demand zone, and looks like we are holding above the 65 area. Tomorrow, let's see if we can break 70. If it does break 70, this one is definitely has quite a bit of a gap to fill as well. Even if we can get a 50% of the gap fill, that would be a decent move up on marble. Marble also saw some bullish flow on it last week. So let's look at FSLR. Another one is looking pretty nice. Do like does have a divergence on the hour as well, and this clears 168 area, and you also have a gap up here that it could fill and ideally continue to the upside and test this supply zone. But we need a lot of work, especially for it to clear 200 in order to continue to the upside of it. Even the weekly chart looks pretty good on FSLR. So definitely keep this one on your watch list. Let's look at Microsoft. Let's go down to the daily. Microsoft might have a little bit more room. We could see 500. It's at it's rejected. What did we reject? 473.74. Would not mind a pullback into the 450 to 455 area before us continuing to the upside, seeing some sort of manipulation and then going to upside would be ideal. But for intraday trades, I would say wait for calls if we can break above the 473. Otherwise, if we do have an inside day tomorrow, I would leave this one alone as well. What notes do I have? Let's look at Google. Really like Google as well. Actually bullish on Google. As long as this one holds 170, I think we can see this test all of our fib zones. So definitely, as long as we hold 170, you can target 178, 184, 190 area to the upside. I think the 1 hour looks pretty decent on this as well. Yeah, that looks good. Definitely looks very nice breakout here as well. So watch to see if we can continue holding above 170 and then move to the upside of it. Let's go back to Meta. Just going through. Okay, Meta is in supply zone. So as long as this doesn't get flipped and it continues to struggle, break above 700, we should see a pullback. And this was a beautiful, I shared the chart in the group with you guys. We managed to test all of the fib levels to the upside as well. So this one, keep it on a watch list. As long as we don't break above 700, definitely looks really good. I think we're gonna see some sort of a rotations happening as well in the market. So I would be careful with all the tech names and maybe start looking into some of the bank names, the healthcare, all of those names. I would definitely start paying attention to those ones. I think Pfizer looks very nice on the daily as well. So this one, I haven't charted it, but let's see. As long as is it? 22.95. As long as we can hold this above, we could see a move to the upside. Let's look at weekly, like a nice hammer candles on it as well. But ideal would be if we can hold and break above 24 and continue. Definitely like this on the daily as well. So even if we have a little bit of a back test pullback and we hold 22.94, I do like it to the upside on it. Okay, this is it I have on my list. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the group.